The smart lock conspiracy. Imagine buying your dream home, a sprawling 2-acre retreat with an infinity pool, only to find the HOA president's son running a secret party business in your backyard. That's what happened to me when I crossed paths with Diane and her son, Ethan, in Crestwood Pines. Their audacity turned my paradise into a battleground, sparking a war that ended with handcuffs, a shattered empire, and a question that still haunts me: did I go too far to expose their crimes, or was it the only way to reclaim my home? This is the story of how a $200 smart lock unraveled a $600,000 scheme and left a community divided. After 5 years of coding until dawn, fueled by energy drinks and ambition, I sold my startup to a tech giant and bought a slice of heaven in Crestwood Pines. The 2-acre property, with its 40-foot pool overlooking Pine Hills, was my reward birdsong instead of slack pings, laps at sunrise, silence at night. For 2 weeks, it was perfect. Then, one Monday morning, coffee in hand, I noticed my pool chairs out of place, wet spots on the deck despite no rain, and, worst of all, a used condom floating in the skimmer basket. My hands shook as I fished it out. The trash revealed 6 white claw cans I don't drink cigarette butts ground into my patio, and dried vomit behind a planter. Someone had turned my sanctuary into a frat house. I checked the old gate camera, grainy but functional, and saw Ethan, a cocky 21-year-old, letting in 30 kids Saturday nights, collecting cash like a club bouncer. They partied hard, drinking, blasting music, coupling on my deck while Ethan pocketed a wad of bills, grinning. This wasn't trespassing, it was a business, my pool their venue. I bought an August Smart Lock Pro, its HD camera trained on the gate, and added a private property sign. 2 hours later, Diane, the HOA president, pounded on my door, blonde bob quivering, sunglasses patched despite the shade. "That locks an eyesore," she screeched, thrusting an HOA violation notice at me, citing aesthetic uniformity, Section 7.3.2, and threatening $500 daily fines. I explained the parties, the trash, but she cut me off: "Submit security changes to the board. You don't dictate here." Her neighbor, Walter, a retiree with a wry smile, brought pie and a warning: "Welcome to Diane's kingdom." She lost everything in a real estate flop Dragon Plaza. The HOA and her son, Ethan, are her empire now. He dropped a bomb: Ethan's been selling pool access for years, using a key from the previous owner's property manager, raking in thousands. Diane, post-bankruptcy, needed my pool to fund her lifestyle. I thought the lock would end it. Wrong. At 6:15 a.m. Thursday, shouting woke me. My camera feed showed Ethan yanking the gate, cursing, with 3 friends toting pool bags. "Mom said this be fixed," he yelled. A girl whined, "I promised a photo shoot." Ethan, red-faced, dialed 911, staring at my camera: "There's a man drowning in my neighbor's pool." The gates locked. "Hurry." His fake panic was Oscar-worthy, complete with flailing gestures. He high-fived a friend: "Cops make him open it." 8 minutes later, 2 cruisers rode in. I met the officers, still in pajamas, coffee in hand. "We've got a drowning," the senior cop said, "both cutters ready." "Let me show you," I replied, pulling up my laptop. The 65-inch TV showed an empty pool at 6:13 a.m., Ethan's tantrum at 6:14, his 911 call at 6:15, and the still clear water when they arrived. The officer's face darkened. "Filing a false report is a crime," he said, eyeing Ethan, who stood by the gate, smirking. I turned the laptop to him, his grin vanished. "I thought I saw something," he stammered. "Maybe a shadow." The officer wasn't buying it. "You looked at the camera while lying." Diane's Mercedes screeched in. "What are you doing to my son?" she shrieked, shoving between Ethan and the cops. "He was saving a life." The officer showed her the footage. Her face crumpled from rage to panic. "He's stressed from college," she pleaded. The cop issued Ethan a warning for false reporting, but Diane's glare at me burned. "You regret this. This neighborhood was perfect before you." The war was on. Next morning, sirens woke me. Again, noise complaint for swimming at 7 a.m. Diane watched from her window, smirking. By noon, her post flooded the Crestwood social media page. "Some think rules don't apply," with photos of my grass, 3.5 inches, not 3. Neighbors piled on. Creepy cameras. "My kids feel washed." Day 3, she posted about my surveillance state, twisting my security into a threat. Day 4, a $50,000 demand letter from a law firm claimed I caused Ethan emotional distress and defamed him, demanding I remove the lock and apologize. I sat by my pool, darkness closing in, wondering if paradise was worth this. Neighbors avoided me, kids were yanked away when I passed. But Walter's story about his granddaughter, nearly killed at one of Ethan's parties, stilled me. This was my home. I wouldn't fold. I went full detective, downloading 847 posts from the Paradise Pines pool, page 5000 followers, every photo at my address. My footage confirmed a 3-year, $600,000 untaxed business, $50 Friday parties, $75 Saturday VIPs, $200 Sunday photo shoots, $100 swimming lessons from Diane. Videos showed her counting cash, Ethan selling $60 vodka bottles, and plans to target other neighbors' amenities: tennis courts, docks. News reports linked 3 teens to alcohol poisoning, one missing for 12 hours, another crashing a car post-party. A damning video showed Diane saying, "Once I'm re-elected, I'll change access rules. We'll use any amenity." I calculated $200,000 yearly profits, all unreported. Diane's BNC Entertainment LLC, registered at her address, had no taxes, permits, or insurance. Walter's tip about his granddaughter's .24 blood alcohol level from Ethan's vodka burned in my mind. I sent my evidence videos, screenshots, estimates to the IRS, police, and state tax board, preparing for the HOA meeting. Diane struck first, posting about an emergency vote to find me $5,000 for my hostel lock and cameras. The community center was packed, 50 residents in a room for 30, glaring as I entered. Diane, in a power suit, banged her gavel, projecting photos of my security. "These violate our standards," she declared, citing rules and fear-mongering about spied on kids. Her motion passed 47-3, her allies cheering. Then my turn. I plugged in my laptop, heart pounding. "I'm here about security," I said, showing my pool sunset glow. "This is what I bought. Here's what I got." Slides flashed, beer cans, vomit, condoms. Gasps. Then footage of Ethan collecting cash, Diane pocketing her cut. "This is Paradise Pines pool," I said, showing the page. $600,000 in 3 years, untaxed, from my pool. Parents erupted, spotting their kids. "That's my daughter," one cried. A mother stood, trembling, "My girl's in the ICU from their vodka." I showed Diane's video. "I handled the cops, the HOA. That's worth 80%. Silence fell, then chaos. "Where's our HOA money?" someone roared. Diane screamed, "Deepfakes," but parents blocked Ethan's escape. I dropped the final slide, BNC Entertainment. No taxes, no permits. I sent this to the IRS and police. The door opened. IRS agents and cops walked in. Diane Whitman, an agent, asked. She bolted, tripped over a bag, and face-planted. "I want my lawyer," she shrieked as cuffs clicked. Ethan, cornered, sobbed, "Mom, help," but she wouldn't look at him. The room applauded, parents thanking me, board members scrambling to disavow Diane. The meeting stretched 2 hours, forming audit committees, demanding elections. Diane faced 5 to 7 years for tax evasion, fraud, and child endangerment. 8 families sued. The ICU girl's family sought $2 million. Ethan got probation, 300 hours at a youth rehab center, his bravado crushed. Their house foreclosed. Ethan worked at a fast food joint. Jim, a retired accountant, became HOA president, issuing me a $10,000 settlement. I upgraded my security eye cameras, motion sensors, a sign, Ethan Whitman detected equals police. He tested it once, crossing 50 meters, alarms blared, he fled, leaving his shoes. Walter's video of it became his ringtone. Then an email, "You're elected HOA president, 98%. I laugh him, the pariah, now running the show. My pool's peace returned, but the cost nags, Diane's in prison, Ethan's future scarred. Did I overplay my hand, turning a lock into their ruin? Or was exposing their empire the only way to stop it? If your home was their playground, would you fight like me or let it go? Drop a comment, share your techlit stock.